Good morning, class. Before I start today's science class, children, I want to know from you all that have you all ever given a thought that what would be our life without plants, without trees? Have you ever thought that what will happen to the earth where there will be no plants and no trees? No oxygen, yes. No food, no life. Barren earth, dead earth. Yes. So it is really difficult to think about earth when the earth will not have plants. Yes, why? Because plants fulfill our basic needs. Yes, and what are our basic needs? Food. Yes. Clothes. Yes. Shelter. And other than this, yes, plants or trees form jungle which provide shelter to wild animals. Yes, so without plants there will be no life on the earth. Now children, it is clear to everybody that plant is very important part of our life as it fulfills our basic needs. Okay, now tell me, why do you all think that plants have life? They are living beings. Why? Because they grow in size. Okay, and they make their own food with the process photosynthesis. They breathe. Yes, they breathe carbon dioxide and they breathe out oxygen. They need carbon dioxide, sunlight, nutrients from soil, water to make food, their food. Yes, because plants grow in size and shape, they are living beings. Other than this, children, plants can reproduce. Yes, plants can reproduce. That is why they are living being. They are having life. Yes, they can produce plants like themselves. Is it clear? So in this lesson we are going to see how plants reproduce. Children, there are many ways in plant by which they reproduce. There are different ways in which plants reproduce, like reproduction from seed, reproduction from stem, reproduction from leaves, reproduction from roots, reproduction from spores. One by one we will learn all these different ways of reproduction in plants. Let's start with reproduction from seed. Now children, to understand reproduction from seed, we have to be familiar with the parts of flower. We have to be familiar with parts of flower. Now let's see what are the different parts of flower. Now this part, children, which you can see on screen, this part is known as stigma. What is called stigma? This part is known as stigma, and below that it's neck. This part, children, this part is what? Style. This is what, children? Style. Top stigma, then this neck is style, and this part, children, this part is what? Ovary. This is what? Ovary. This part is what, children? Ovary. Yes, and inside this ovary, the light green part you can see here, what is this? This is ovule. This is ovule. This is considered as female part of plant. This whole stigma, style, ovary, ovules, what are this? This is a female part of plant. Yes, now come to the other side. What is this, children? This is stamen. This is what? Stamen. which is also known as androcem. This is also known as androcem. Stamen or androcem, children, is a male part of flower which produce pollen grains. This part of plants produce what? Pollen grains. Okay. Now after this the red leaves, you can see. What is this red leaf? Petals. What is this? Petals, which is known as corolla, which is also known as corolla. And after this green outer part, children, can you see this green outer part? What is this? This is sepal. This is sepal, which is also known as calyx, which is also known as calyx. So children, this, what you have to remember here, this stigma, style, ovary and ovules. What is this? Female part of flower. And this stamen or androecium, this is known as male part of flower. This much is clear? Now dear, let's understand how seeds are formed. Formation of seed. Children, in formation of seed, pollination plays very important role. Pollination plays very important role. Now you must be thinking, what is pollination? Pollination is a process in which pollen grains, which is produced by stamen, a male part of flower, is transferred to another flower on the female part. That is what? That is stigma, style, ovary, ovule. So this complete female part is known as gynecium. Gynecium. Okay, so pollen grains are transferred to another flower on gynecium. Is it clear? This process is known as what? Pollination. Now children, see how it is transferred to another flower. See, God has designed everybody so beautifully that everybody knows their role. Yes, so here insects are playing important role. Insects like honeybee, butterfly, which we are familiar very much. But other than, there are other insects also which is helping in pollination. But we all are very much familiar with butterfly and honeybee. So let's take example of honeybee. Now children, see, you can see this yellow dots. What are this? This yellow dots are pollen grains which is produced by stamen, male part of the flower. Now it is produced, it is here, it is children, if you will touch flower from the center, you will find some powder kind of thing. What is that powder kind? That is pollen grains, which is little sticky. You can feel on your finger when you will touch that. So this yellow dots which I have used to represent pollen grains. So it is clear, and these pollen grains are produced by stamen, male part of flower. Now honeybee, what honeybee will do? When honeybees sit on a flower to suck nectar for honey, what happens? The pollen grains stick to its leg. Pollen grains stick to honeybee's leg, and when it flies to another part of flower, what happens? The pollen grain which is sticking to its leg, it will drop on other flower, and the pollen grain which is dropped on gynecium, which is dropped on gynecium, that is stigma, is helpful for formation of seed. Okay, and this complete process, children, from one flower to another flower, the transfer of pollen grain with the help of insects from one flower to another flower is known as pollination. Clear? Now I believe pollination is clear to everybody. Children, always remember that pollination is very important part of seed formation. And once pollen grain is deposited on gynecium, children, let me remind you again that stigma, style, ovary, ovule together they form gynoecium. This complete part is known as gynoecium. Okay, when pollen grain is deposited on stigma with the help of honeybee, then the process of formation of seed starts. How? Now see children, this is honeybee collected pollen grains from this flower and deposited on stigma. Deposited on stigma. Yes, stigma, which is a uppermost part of gynoecium. Okay, what will happen after this? Then this pollen grain will produce one thread. This pollen grain is going to produce one thread, one tube. Okay, which is known as pollen tube. You can see this black line, children. This is a pollen tube which is produced by this pollen grain. Okay, this pollen grain has produced this tube, thread tube. This is very thin, just like thread. Basically, this is a tube which is holding a male reproductive part, which is holding a male reproductive part, which is known as gamete, which is known as gamete. Okay, so this tube transferred gamete to ovary, and in ovary where it will go? It will go to ovule, which is female reproductive part. Okay, I am repeating again, children. A pollen grain is transferred, or we can say deposited, on stigma, which is the uppermost part of gynoecium. Okay, and then this pollen grain will produce thread-like tube, a tube which is equal to thread. Okay, which will move to ovary, which will move from style to ovary. Okay, in ovary where it will go? In ovary it will meet to ovule. When male gamete and ovules meet together, when they meet together, they form what? They form zygote. Okay, they form zygote. Okay, and this process is called fertilization. I am repeating again, children. The pollen tube which is coming down to ovary is holding a male part. Okay, male gamete. Okay, and that male gamete in the ovary will meet to ovule. In the ovary, ovules are there which will combine with male gamete. Okay, and this combination, male gamete and female gamete, ovule, when they combine together, this process is what? Fertilization. Okay, this process is what, children? Fertilization, which will result in zygote. Is it clear? And then what will happen? Seed will form. Then what will happen, children? Seed will form. Okay, how? See, children, gradually this ovule will start reducing. This ovule will start reducing. Okay, and what will happen? A seed will form. Okay, this ovule will change into seed. The ovule part in the ovary, it will change into seed, and the ovary, and children, this part, ovary, this part, it is not visible. Let me take red color. Okay, this ovary will what? Ovary will be flesh, fruit. Is it clear? This ovary will be flesh, fruit. Okay, and the ovules will be seed. This much is clear to everybody. Now see here, what will happen? Now children, When the seed will form, the fruit will form, the petals will fall down. What will be left? Only fruit part. What will be the fruit part? The flesh part will be ovary, and the seed, that will be ovule. Okay. And in that seed, this green part, can you see, children? This is what? This is zygote, which turns into embryo, and later on this embryo will germinate or grow into plants. So I believe, children, now the formation of seed is clear to everybody.